Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence.
I hope you have had an amazing week and looking forward to a more fantastic and productive week ahead of us. This is Restoration with Stacy, and we're brought to you by Kind Ketsy, Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people, Yas washing powder and Yas sanitary pad, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes. We are saying a very big thank you to Tuwazi Apartments located at Mile 7, near the Mile 7 Park. A big thank you to Zesuza Catering Services. Soraya, what will my team and I do without you? Thank you for always ensuring that we are refreshed. A big thank you to ABS Lux Line for my outfit. A big thank you to Divine Cassie for my makeup. And of course, Hair Duties for my hair.
Bano Hisense air conditioner. You will more who do be brave. The ultimate siho. And the other border winina. Hisense air condition kwa. And a 4-in-1 filter system. And also na buame sim from a fin ho coin. The other border you were 1.5, 2.0, and a 2.5. The other siho no so you were 4.5 and a 2.5. Air condition be anywhere chilly chain Hisense air condition. Aye papa. And train nam kania. A check na buono so dafong. Ye the gold plated fence and the copper pipes, papa pie dimu, and the air conditions. And ye the day into baby abe sunny beard when you want some ye and no hot talk. Hisense and kwa and about 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Se air conditioner open kwa dia. I say and no one Hisense. Hisense. Everyday prices for everyday people.
Remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month? Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort. I got yes, confidence. I got yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got yes, confidence. I got
Yes.
we got yes, protection. I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes, protection.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
weeks ago, Ghana had the privilege of hosting the world for the Miss Teen Tourism World Pageant. And before the pageant, we had the just outgone Miss Teen Tourism Universe, that is Savannah Taylor, and Miss Teen Tourism World, Calista Martin, come through the studio to have a conversation with us. And as most Ghanaians projected, we really wanted to have the crown stay here for another year. So it was more of an Operation Host and Win. And thankfully, Ghana did retain the crown, and our reigning Miss Teen Tourism World 2023 is Petra Adjeiwaa Adjei-Kumi, and she is from Ghana. Petra.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm feeling very fine.
How do you feel wearing the crown?
I feel on top of the world because like everybody was counting on Ghana to keep the crown here. Yeah, the pressure was a lot because Kali did what she had to do and she brought the crown here. And I did what I had to do and I kept the crown.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's come to your life, darling. Can you tell us about Petra?
Petra is very adventurous, you could say. Petra finds joy in reading and studying, especially in the biological sector. Hence her zeal to be a neurologist. I want to be a neurologist, yeah.
Wow.
So basically, I'm just a free person, and I just want to be an example to other girls in the world that if you put your mind to something, you can do it. There's nothing impossible.
Tell us about your family. How was growing up for you?
Growing up was very awesome. It was a beautiful experience. It still is because I still try to better myself every day as life goes on. My parents are very free to talk to. I've had that relationship with them whereby, let's say, a boy is disturbing me. I'm going to tell Mommy, this boy, he wants to take my number, but I don't want him. I want another boy. Then Mommy will
you
shout
want another boy? Like, seriously?
Mommy will shout at me and say, no, focus on your studies. So I've always had that relationship with them.
Where you can talk to them about everything.
Yeah, talk to them about everything.
Growing up, we, as parents, we see the passion of our kids. Were you the kind of child who would wake up and sing the whole day or dance the whole day or just be watching TV the whole day?
I danced the whole day. I was more of an entertainer. There was this one time where we were at a restaurant and my sister brought her friends and they wanted to see my dance moves, and I told them that it's not for free. They have to give me spring rolls. And they say yes, they'll give it to me. So I danced, then danced. So I'm just seen as a jolly person. I'm never down. I just try to see the positive side of everything. Yeah.
Before the pageant, I'm sure your life was just a very simple one. Home, school. Before the pageant, how was your life?
It was more of home, like what you said, home, school.
Mm-hmm.
But in between that, then I'll be playing with my friends outside, playing in the mud. I was much of a tomboy. I wasn't like how I am right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
More of the sneakers?
Yes, more of the sneakers, no heels. I was no pink, black, no
Barbie girl movement.
No hair. I had cut my hair because I couldn't be bothered. I wanted to be
just free.
No worries at all. That was old Petra. We are not talking about that phase again.
I just love that. So back at home, sneakers, wearing Petra, your short hair, and just being you. And suddenly you having to transform to beauty queen Petra. How hard or easy was that change?
I think it was very easy because I don't think old Petra was the actual Petra. I think it was a transitioning Petra. Petra was trying to find herself. And now Petra finds more interest in, the beauty aspects, makeup. I used to be so icky about makeup. Now I've tried to do my own makeup because it just makes me feel better about myself. So I think Karen's Petra now is the actual Petra. So yeah, it's better now, yeah.
So what does your mom do?
like as
For a living?
For a living, she's a manager at an NGO and a CEO of her own dental clinic.
Wow. So it means you've had a role model to look up to get to where you are.
Yeah.
Most of the times we have parents not very supportive of their girls, especially when they want to try out pageants. How were you able to convince your parents to allow you?
It was just a sentence. Mommy, I want to enter this pageant. She said, okay, sure, if that's what makes you happy. But no parents, no supportive parents would just take their child's word for it. They have to research about it and confirm if it will benefit their child. And she did. She did all that, and she saw that Miss Teen Tourism was going to help me positively. And it did. It made me more confident. It made me able to express myself without having to, I don't know how to phrase it, but without having to like act as another person, express myself as my own person. Freely.
That freedom of expression.
Pageantry has really taught me a lot.
Wow. So during the preliminary, how did you prepare for it? Because mostly we would have to do the Ghana selection. Then once the Ghana selection is done, you begin to prepare for the main thing. So preparing for the Ghana selection, how poised were you that you were going to be able to make it through?
I want to use another discussion because at the time, before the pageant, it was a very, as I said, transitioning Petra. It was a very rough time because at the time I was getting, sorry.
You're allowed. What happened?
It was a time where I was getting a lot of comments in relation to everything that I do. I was going through a lot of bullying. I was going through a lot of, personal problems. Something like an era where I was battling with myself and my self-esteem. So preparing for the Ghana selection was more of a mental preparation. The dresses and the hair was my mom. She was doing all that. My job was to mentally prepare myself. Because
why were people bullying you?
I don't know. But right now, as confident Petra, now that I look back at it, I think that was just their way of showing their insecurity. Because they saw something in me that they did not even see
yourself.
Yes, they saw something in me. So I took that as a motivation to be who I am today. So the preparation was more of a mental one. I had to psych my mind that in pageantry, it's not all about looking beautiful, answering the questions the best you can, strutting the runway and going home. It's about knowing how to accept things that you are not used to, like criticism, hate comments. You're going to get that no matter what. So it's about shaping myself to be able to receive them and dismiss them and act like it never happened.
It never happened. I remember during the Ghana selection, you had a melting moment, and for about an hour to 2 hours, your parents had to really talk you into getting back up. I know that we were told there was some family stuff that had come in at a time that you were not supposed to know about it. At a point we felt, okay, it's done. Maybe the selection was going to go on without you. However, when you were able to find yourself and you came back, you went through all the other rounds the other girls had, and you still performed to find a place to the finale. During that meltdown, did you feel like giving up totally and just minding your own business in your little corner?
Yes, I felt like giving up because at the time, it had just dawned on me that I'm going for an international pageant. I'm going to meet people who have experience in pageants. I'm going to meet people who don't but have that as execution. So it all just dawned on me, and I was like, nothing could convince me to go. I'm going out of here. Pack my stuff, remove this makeup. I'm tired already. So I was ready to go. There was no motivation whatsoever. Yeah.
And it took you over an hour to pick yourself back there. What was that striking point for you?
Was the thoughts of how much my parents put into me going into the selection. Although it was just the preliminary, it was the first phase, they still put in a lot. So I couldn't make that go to waste. I needed to utilize the opportunity I had to be able to go to the final, the international pageant. Maybe, if God permits, I will win. And that's what kept pushing me. The doors that would open for me, like how it did for my sister Kali. Kali is the face of many brands right now. So it's just the opportunities and the fact that my parents put a lot of effort. So it's really motivated me to do my best and go out there, show up and show out.
When you finally got on that stage and went through the process and you realized you were part of the people representing Ghana, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel accomplished because that was the starting point to Confidence Petra. It made me realize that I could do a lot of things that I thought I couldn't do. I thought public speaking was not my forte, but at the end of the day, I could speak in front of everyone confidently, executed my message well, and left the stage feeling like a queen, even though the pageant hadn't started. So it definitely made me feel more accomplished, more of a queen, even though they hadn't given me my crown yet.
During the selection process, most of you got to La Palme and you were surprised because you had to sit for an exam and write an essay and all of that. How psyched were you? Because most of you came not knowing there was going to be an exam for you to sit, because most people watch Miss Teen Tourism and they just feel it's just the beauty, but they do not know the intellectual part of it, that you'd have to write an essay about your country and present it. You would have to sit for an exam. You did 2 exams, right?
Yeah.
The Section A and Section B.
Yeah.
Were you shocked when you went through that process?
I was really shocked because, like other colleague girl children, I view pageantry as just the beauty aspects. They don't just answer the question, just speak English, lie with confidence, and take your crown and go. When they told me about the exam, I was like, hey, I didn't sign up for this. But when they gave it to me and I realized that was a social studies aspect, I was a bit confident because that's one of my strong points. So overall, I was just shocked, but then it just educated me.
At the end of the exams, most of you are like, some of the questions were very tricky.
Yeah.
Because it was mostly about the history of Ghana.
Yeah.
And I think Section B was general knowledge, which concerned the world.
Yeah.
And you did well. I think I have to applaud you. You really did well. I think it was you and Rafaelina. You were always tete-a-tete.
Yeah.
You both performed very well and answered some of the very tricky questions right. And I would have to applaud both of you.
I'm not even going to lie. Some of the tricky ones was blueberry. So you choose A, B, C, or D. Whatever attracts you, then you take it. I did that for 1 question. And I got that question right, thankfully. Okay. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for yourself. So preparing for Miss Teen Tourism World Pageant, after you were selected as Miss Teen Tourism F Ghana, right? How did you begin to prepare yourself, having that armor of protection around you, because you knew that one, there is no way you can play around, that you're still going to have people try to bully you, people who do not or who cannot be like you, try to let you feel insecure about yourself just to satisfy their own insecurity. How did you begin to prepare for the big stage?
Just psych your mind. I just psyched my mind. It was in my head right now, that's Petra. At this point, there's no turning back. Your name is registered you are on the
Team
what's
Ghana.
it called? Team Ghana, host and win.
Host and
Right
win.
now, you are here. There's no going back. And I also used other queens, their experience. You didn't see Calista, for example. There's no way she did not get criticism. I saw a lot of people criticize her, give her hateful comments, but at the end of the day, she came in front of the camera. She was smiling. She gave her all. And it just motivated me more to psych my mind. Now you are in the game. Whatever anybody says does not concern you. It's you against yourself.
Wow. No, I just love how you picked yourself up, because from the beginning you came across as very shy. Then as the time went by, we kept seeing a new Petra. And it's not just you, all the girls, all my Ghanaian girls, Sarah, Rafaelina, yourself, Kezia, you girls were just so amazing, the Team Ghana. And I remember when we met with the GTA, I remember exactly what Mr. Petra Adjeiwaa told you girls, that at least 3 of these crowns should stay in Ghana. Because in all, we know that we have more than a crown.
Yeah.
So at least 3 should stay in Ghana. I was even saying like 2 or 1. And he said at least 3 of the crowns should remain in Ghana. And you girls did so well. You battled it out well. And you proved that
At all. If you are in my country, I am my territory.
Yeah,
I'm not
because mostly
taking-
host and we does not happen easily.
Yeah.
Because Philippines tried and it didn't work. So I'd have to applaud you. So we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue your journey through the pageants. So we'll be right back after this break.
Bano high sense air conditioner. Ye wo mo ahodo bebre. De otimidi si ho. Ene de odi boda ho nyina. High sense air condition ko a. Ene wo 4-in-1 filter system. Eno so na bua me sim from a fin ho kwan. De de boda ho. Ye wo 1.5, 2.0 and a 2.5. The edition no so you were 4.5 and a 2.5. Air condition be anywhere chilly chain high sense air condition. Aye papa. And train nam kania. A che na buono so dafong. Ye the gold plated fence and the copper pipes, papa pie dimu and the air conditions. And ye the day into baby abe sunny beard when you want some and one hot. High sense in kwa and about 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Say air conditioner open kwa dia. I say and no one high sense. High sense. Everyday prices for everyday people.
Remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month? Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection, I got.
Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
High Sense Super Crazy Giveaway moment and my final student of Roju and Hair Studio. Sweetheart, what's your name?
Esther.
Esther. Hey, maybe just I'm with confidence. This is Esther. Esther, episode here I will share and Nana a can wa kuma na ye wo fepa.
Mpacho te makunkum.
Hey, Auntie Cynthia. Wow. Then I would say one story no when share won crying.
Mpacho dey me te one story no when share me crying na waresem. Obeware ya na danfo ebitwe ne gi ni kunu efi ni nsem ni kunu ja ne mba ema no so on Keta for them but still oguso ebo ne homodin Keta for nkra no with a single mother nye easy but still with the determination so obehwe nkra no mo maduru baby papa nti oda ho hwe nkra no ono na me ditu me ho for say in case say me kwa wimpo na se be ma no eja me ho no oja nkra ne bo me so a me nka say nti me so me ja nkra no mo maye me o manye but say me as a single mother me to me ho si wo na me hwe nkra no mu nyine be ye mpanyi pa wo society ni ona
Esther Bonsema ho. Hey, Roji there. What motivational speakers for ha. Sweetheart, into High Sense and fa we emroni and that was. Then I'll catch your High Sense.
High Sense me da masepa ne makoma pani de bia ma che bia mo de che nkofo mo nyo my papa but we still we giveaway. They make can say High Sense everyday prizes for everyday people. Thank you.
And nature say everyday prizes for everyday people. Until say oh I could talk home appliance. It's true. High Sense. 5 years warranty. Oh the toss I won't know who that na AC ne de your friend no. Easy. Uchele. Also AC na just why because say be a winter. It's not a High Sense air conditioners and a mouth that feeling. Well, this is the end of this week's High Sense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. Next week will come your way with another winner. Welcome back from this week's High Sense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. Very soon, Petra, the queen, will get to pick a card and we'll see what she would also take home from High Sense. Petra, welcome back.
Thank you.
So before the pageant, right, we had this group and we kept sharing the images of the girls who were coming. And I remember every time a new picture drops, like you girls would be dead, like, hey.
Dead.
And there were times you felt like, no, they even look older than us. And I told you, no, they don't. Mm-hmm. Sometimes pictures make people look extremely like that, but you see them and they are not really what the pictures portrayed. Mm-hmm. So let's take it from your arrivals. The day you left home to start your camp at La Palme, or how was the feeling?
The feeling was very eerie. It was strange. Fun fact, the night before the pageant, I cried again. Just to put it out there, I'm not a crybaby. After seeing me cry here, I'm not a crybaby. But it was just overwhelming, having the feeling dawn on you that we are going for the international pageant. So do all your crying now, because you can't cry when you go to the competition. People will take you as vulnerable, and I'm not vulnerable. They will take it as an opportunity to step over you and go and take the crown. So it was just overwhelming. It was also sad that I would have to leave home
for 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks. But at the end of the day, the atmosphere, the people at the pageant, it was like home away from home. I've made new sisters, I've made a new family. Now, if I want to travel to South Africa, I'll just call Judith or I'll just call Leander.
I miss Leander already.
I miss her so much. She was such a ball of joy. But it was overall overwhelming. Yeah.
So when you got to the hotel and you started meeting the other candidates, because in all the candidates were supposed to be 46, then the shortlisting was done. So we had 20 come to Accra. When you started meeting them, what perception started running through your mind? Because you had seen pictures and now you were seeing them for the first time.
It was... I don't think I have a word to describe it, but then if I was to describe what impression it gave me was that, that's the word to use, because they were coming, 18 years,
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
As a 14-year-old, now 15, because I turned 15 during the pageant.
Yeah.
As a 14-year-old, I felt just a tiny bit intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then something sparked something in me. I was like, forget the age. Kali was 16 and she still won over 21-year-olds. So what makes you think you can't do it? So that was the thoughts running.
That was the
through my-
motivation.
Yeah, that
for
was the
you.
motivation for me. Basically, Kali was the motivation.
Because in her time, because the cutoff age for Miss Teen Tourism is 21. So during her time, we had 20, we had 21, we had 19, we had 18. She was pretty among the youngest. I think it was Kali and Latoya. Latoya was also 14. So they were the youngest, and Latoya was actually third. So I remember telling you girls, it's not about the age. It's about what you bring to the table. So give it your A game and make sure that you bring in something home. All the activities you had through the pageant, which was your most favorite and which town or region was your favorite?
Okay, so my most favorite is different from the town, ironically.
Okay.
My most favorite was the Kakum National Park, because I got to see another side of older people that I never thought I would see. Seeing people cry on the canopy walk and expecting other people to cry, like our queen, Savannah Ray Taylor. We thought she would cry because she had never been there before. She didn't know what to expect. But I turn my head and I see Savannah jumping on the canopy and I'm shocked. I thought she would cry. So myself, together with Sarah, together with Savannah, we're trying to scare the rest of the delegates.
Yeah, so you were the ones jumping on it?
Yes, we were jumping on it. So it was a very beautiful moment.
Okay.
And then my favorite town was Kumasi, because that's where I used to live. Kumasi is like my home. It is my home. And the fact that we got to meet Otumfuo was it was a feeling I couldn't describe. Because Otumfuo is somebody most people of Ghana look up to, because he does a lot for the country and for his people as well. So
when we were going to Kumasi, you ladies thought we were going to Kumasi, then we told you get to meet Otumfuo when you're in Kumasi. Yeah. The moment you had that information, what was the feeling?
I was shocked. I was sweating because it's a king we are talking about. He's not any normal person.
And I remember the night before, you girls, you had to walk the other delegates through the procedure.
Yes.
What they could do, what they couldn't do. They couldn't take their shoes to meet him. And you were teaching them how to bow when they get...
Yes.
It was so funny.
But it was funny to me too, because the rest were like, they were all confused. Why do we have to put our hand behind our backs to greet the king? And we just had to explain to them that it's culture, it's respect. So you have to show respect to him.
When you had the opportunity to shake his hand, how did you feel?
I was a bit scared that I would make a wrong move. But he was just smiling. He engaged in a conversation.
Yeah, I think he engaged all of you in a conversation. What did he tell you when he shook your hands?
He said, "Oh, how are you doing?" I said, "I'm fine." He said he's looking forward to seeing me at the pageant. I was very happy, because imagine a king is looking forward to see you. That's an accomplishment. I'll brag about this.
You brag about it?
Yes, till I leave the surface of this earth, I'll tell everyone this experience.
Oh. Then from Kumasi, which would be your favorite? Because I have my favorite.
Can I guess?
Okay,
Can I guess?
Guess. Wild guess.
Hey. Water.
I loved Keta.
Yes.
I loved Keta. I loved Keta because it was different from everywhere we had been.
Yeah.
The activities, the storytelling at the fort, that was very symbolic. And I'd have to acknowledge Mamaga Abuibipo, the second. Mamaga, she's like our patron, and she outdid herself.
She really
the welcome with the coconuts, going to have that by the fireside with a cloth around you girls, with the drumming and dancing, with the bonfire and the storyteller. For me, it was so beautiful. And what melted my heart was when the drone shot came and you see how the lantern was actually laid in the shape of a heart. It was so beautiful. Then we thought that was it. The next day, we got to have our health screening with Divine Mother and Child Foundation for the people of Keta. Then later on in the day, what happened? The Jollof War.
That was a disaster.
The Jollof War. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keta brought a lot of color and spice to the whole thing, because you did a radio tour, you did a health screening in the morning, in the afternoon we had a Jollof War. Let's talk about that Jollof War.
You really
The Tasty Tom Jollof War.
You really want to talk about
Let's talk about the Jollof War. So these girls, they were actually put in groups to cook jollof, and they all had to use their recipe. Some had never cooked, like Nelly. Yes, that's Miss Teen Tourism Universe 2023 from Sri Lanka. She had never cooked jollof. And she was put in a group with other people to cook jollof. And you know the irony? I was just watching the footages and I realized someone actually cooked the rice, then put the paste in like rice water. So it had become, I was watching the videos like, oh my God, we ate things. Yeah, put the rice in first. Whilst the rice was in the water boiling, just put the paste in. I'm like, so we ate all of that.
That's how we do it. Work smarter, not harder.
No, I was surprised. I was really surprised. But beauty is, at the end of the day, all your jollof tasted so nice.
Yeah.
It really tasted nice. Which group were you in?
Group 7.
Which position? Oh, why? Why make a face?
There was no position. It's part of the
bombers.
Yeah. At least we received something, so we received a Tasty Tom package.
Oh, are you sure you were not the team that actually poured everything in?
Oh, please, we beg you. No.
It wasn't your group.
No,
I can still go to the footage. I'll know
don't
which
worry.
group.
We don't have to do that.
You don't have to. But it was nice. I loved Keta, and the farewell was beautiful with the school children, how they met you girls at the city center and actually danced Agbaja and led you to the school. That was so beautiful. And the cultural display in the school, the little boy with the firework and everything.
How scary that was.
For me, that was something we had not seen in any other region. So I loved Keta, like to the core.
I think Miss Teen Tourism Universe really enjoyed Keta as well, because you know, in Sri Lanka, fire is part of their culture.
Yeah, and that was what she did for her talent.
Yeah, she saw a lot of fire. She was like, Petra, I'm enjoying Ghana. I said, really? She said, yeah, she's really enjoying it.
Moving towards the finale, I'm sure by the time we came back from Kumasi, you girls knew we were just left with a few days, I think just 4 days to the finale. At that time, did you feel the tension?
Yeah, the tension was really thick. Because activities, now the competition had already started, but the actual competition was starting. No fun and games. Now you have to put your A game. They're going to accumulate all the scores from the closed door interview to the evening gown competition. Everything counted. So we were all finding strategies to bring our scores up.
What was your strategy?
My strategy was to just have fun. Because if you're being all calculated and Mrs. I want to do it all, you're not going to get the best outcome. You just have to have fun, but do it in a responsible way, in a way that shows that you're a queen, but not a queen that is narcissistic, a humble queen, a down-to-earth queen. So that was my strategy.
But I would say you girls were very blessed, because you had Savannah and Callista with you all through, guiding you girls, talking to you, because during Callista's time we did not have Daniela do that with the candidates. She just came for the competition night and she would go. So the girls never got to have a tete-a-tete with her. They couldn't get her to give them any motivational message to just push them and your ego up for the competition. So you girls, I would say, were really blessed because I remember most of the times after the pageants, Calista and Savannah would call all of you. Not saying that, okay, I'm supporting Ghana, I'm supporting South Africa, but they would call you together and try to let you know where you did not perform well. So I think that also went a long way to help you people. Then towards the semi-finals, that was your national presentation and your talents competition. That was the last competition before the grand finale. That night, were you in your element just to smash everything, like get this thing done and get it over with?
Yes, get it over with, because as you said, that was the last competition before the grand finale. Despite that being what it was, you still have to give it your all. And that's what I did on the stage. If anyone was there could attest to that. I danced with all the energy I had. I had to empty out my bottle of energy, show that this is what I'm bringing to the finale. I'm bringing nothing but the best. Yeah, so that was basically the feeling.
Finale night, or let me say finale day. You girls knew this is actually going to be our final night together as candidates, and by evening, some of us are going to be crowned, and some are not going to be crowned. What thoughts were running through your head at that time?
I was just down a bit because, as I said earlier, I've made new sisters. They are part of my life. I never thought I would have that bond with them, but I did at the end of the day. I've made big sisters like Neluni, Dorcas, Leander. They've all advised me on certain things. So it was just sad that we would part ways at the end. So a lot of tears were shed. A lot of hugs were shared, and then basically we were all happy that we'd get it over with, but we were sad at the same time that we had to part ways.
When they started calling out the special awards, I think your very first award was national costume. Who designed your national costume?
Kofi Akotua.
Okay.
Thank you, Kofi.
I said thank you, Kofi. And that was something. Like when you came out, everybody was like, "Hey, I didn't so not canoe."
It was big.
Yes.
It was very big.
When you won that, did you feel like, okay, at least I've won something? So if nothing else follows, I've done my part.
Yes, I've done my part, but at the same time,
you're craving.
We all came here for a reason, and that only reason was to get the crown.
Okay.
So I was very happy that I was able to strut, walk the walk, and get that award. But at the same time, I was craving for this title right here, the world title.
So you went with winning the world title at the back of your head?
Yes. I went with the mindset of coming with not just sisters, with not just confidence or experience, but with the crown and nothing but the crown.
How many more awards did you win that night?
I won, aside from the national costume, I won 2 more awards. That was the evening gown competition and then the first runner-up in talent.
In talent. I think Nelly won best in talent.
Yeah, her talent was beautiful.
Yeah, the fire. Oh, God. You saw how the staff of La Palme had their fire extinguishers ready in case anything went wrong.
Everybody was worried.
No, my fascination was the kerosene.
Yeah.
How she had the kerosene in her mouth and she just spit it out. Oh, God. My heart was on fire.
She was very, aside her showing out, she was very worried. She was talking to me about how she had never performed such an act indoors. So she was scared that it would trigger the alarms and stuff. So before that, she was very nervous, but then I talked her out of it. And she did what she did.
Amazing.
She did amazing. And the dance, yeah.
Then, when they started to announce the winners, the moment your name was mentioned, do you feel like passing out?
I felt like packing my bags to go and sleep on my bed because now we are done. We are done with the competition. Aside that, I was very happy. I was overwhelmed because although all the girls did well, they did extremely well. I found everyone as like my competition. When they announced Dorcas's name, the Nigerian, and they announced Nelly's name, I was very ready to not take the crown, because I saw them in the light. As your serious competitors? Yes, serious competitors. I saw them have something that I thought I didn't have in me. I wasn't capable of getting the crown. So when they mentioned their names, my heart was pounding. But then others encouraged me, like Sarah. She said, Petra, get ready to remove your shoes now. You have to jump for this one. Said she should stop muttering nonsense. And like, Sarah is such a cheerleader. Yeah, she's a cheerleader. She's our Miss Tourism personality. Yes, personality. Though we all came for the crown, she was very selfless. She made sure you knew that you did your best. And she did that on the stage. I was very discouraged and she was encouraging me. Then they mentioned my name, Ghana! And then I went for my crown. I wasn't expecting to cry, but the chief of staff, very lovely lady, she started commending me, say you deserve this, we've seen all your hard work. Then all that just made me bawl right then and there. I started crying. So Auntie Frema made you cry? Yes, she made me cry. If it wasn't for her, I would have just smiled and left, but she made me cry. And I really have to acknowledge the Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Akosia Frema Osayopare. Like, Mommy, you're such an amazing mother. You know, I thought she was going to leave at a point because the rain was on throughout the morning, so we started pretty late. But Auntie Frema stayed till the end, till after the coronation, and even had time to take pictures with you girls. And this was after 3 a.m. And I cannot thank you enough, Mommy. I don't take that for granted. Thank you very much. You've been very supportive from the time of Calista till now. And we can only say God bless you and may He grant you more life, more health, more wealth, so that you continue to empower and inspire more young women. Thank you very much. And also to the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Petra Adjeiwaa, thank you very much for coming out that night to support. And they all stayed till the end. And for me, it meant a lot. It meant all your work, each and every one of you, was not taken for granted. Yes. So congratulations. Thank you. So now that you are queen, what are we expecting from you? Expecting nothing but the best. I'm working on my charity project, which is Women in STEM. I want colleague girl children to seek comfort in education. Because in this era, all you need is education, confidence, and discipline. They all go hand in hand. You can't be confident and indisciplined and not educated on things in the world. You can't be disciplined without confidence and not being educated. And you can't just be educated without confidence and discipline. You need all these three to be the woman that you aspire to be. So I'm really trying to promote women in STEM. And aside the science and stuff, you can have women in arts and culture and stuff, as long as they are portraying what a woman really is, which is an educated epitome of grace and love. Yeah, basically. That's smart. Thank you. Well, Petra, we would want to congratulate you one more time. We're wishing you the best, and we're hoping that you're going to have a successful and beautiful reign, and also become a role model to younger girls to aspire even above what you have achieved. Congratulations. Thank you. So before I let go of you, it's your high sense moment. So you pick a card, then we'll see what you're taking home. Should I pick this one? Any is good. Once should I pick this one? No, pick any and just hand it. You've picked two. So I'm waiting. Okay. You are doing CCC with me. Thank you for coming. You take home a high sense rice cooker. So you go home with a rice cooker from High Sense. Now I can redeem myself. The Jollof competition was in the Petra USC. Yeah, so when this is my redemption. Okay, so this is from High Sense to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. That's not all, so you can put that one down.
Then finally from Yas, you know Yas was actually one of our sponsors for the pageant. So Yas is saying congratulations to you, and this is from Yas to you. Okay, so Petra Adjeiwaa Adjei-Kumi, Miss Teen Tourism World 2023. Ghana is proud of you. We're looking forward to Ghana hosting the world again in 2024. A very big thank you to our sponsors, Hisense, everyday prizes for everyday people, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Yas Washing Powder, and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, Tuwazi Apartments, located at Mile 7, near the Mile 7 Park. A very big thank you to the Souza Catering Services. Every time I mention the Souza, you see me smile because I love good food. Thank you so much, Soraya and your team. Thank you to ABS Lux Line for my outfit, Divine Cassie for my makeup, and of course, Hair Duties for my hair. It has been a wonderful conversation with Petra, Miss Teen Tourism World 2023, and I'm hoping that what she has shared with us will motivate other young girls to participate next year for Miss Teen Tourism World Pageant. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you next week.